And Dr. Nick Goeders is here. He is the head of toxicology, pharmacology,
and neuroscience.
But for all the amazing work that you guys are doing in your labs, you have your own private undertaking. And it is called Loving Solutions.
That's right.
And for anybody who doesn't know, if you could, for about 60 seconds or so, tell folks what that is and why it, when it's up and going, is going to be so amazing.
Well, we've purchased a property. It's a 4,000 square foot house on 12.7 acres. And what we want to do is to provide a safe and loving environment where women who have struggled with methamphetamine but who are now clean can learn to live sober, productive lives in the love of Jesus Christ. We're going to help them get back on their feet again and get a job and get back in the world and lead normal lives once again.
Why is it so difficult? What is the main hurdle, if you could pinpoint one, from people making that transition from I'm now sober to I want to lead a somewhat normal life?
Well, think about it. If you're using drugs and that's all you're doing, you're spending all your time using methamphetamine, you're not out there working. You're not out there on a normal schedule. You're not living a quote normal life, and sometimes it's difficult to make that transition and learn what it is that maybe you once knew in the past, and to learn that again and get back on your feet and get out there and be productive again.
For lack of a better analogy, sort of a decompression chamber, if you will.
Maybe that could be it.
The website is
lovingsolutions.org.
Okay, and you and I'm working with you on this program, and I really am thrilled that I can help in my little small way. This is something you did just kind of as a calling from God, really.
That's right. This is something that God has called me to do. And, you know, if I look back on my life from almost the day I was born, it seems like God has been leading me to this very place and time. And I hate to use a double negative, but I just can't not do it. Mm-hmm. This is something, a calling, a pulling to my heart that I have to go and do this. So as the investors in the other biotech company I co-founded, Embera Neurotherapeutics, have told me, you've got to show people you've got skin in the game. Well, I've got the house to show them. This is something my wife and I, Linda, we're purchasing this on our own. So we've got definite skin in the game.
Mm-hmm. Hoping that we can get maybe 10 of our listeners to make a recurring gift of like $50 a month, because it's going to cost money to feed these women, to care for them, provide their basic necessities. And it's easy to make the donation at lovingsolutions.org. Maybe you can do a $50 a month donation. What does that cost you? One going out meal a month?
And we've talked to other people who have done similar things in other parts of the country, and they've told us that just to take care of the women, it costs about $1,000 a month for each woman. Mm-hmm. And so that's on top of the mortgage and everything else we've got to take care of.
How will you find the women who will be in your program? What's the procedure?
Well, these are going to be women who have already completed treatment. We're not going to be a rehab center. We're not going to be a treatment facility. So these are going to be women who have already completed treatment. They're clean and sober. And we're going to go through an interview process and bring them in. They have to believe in Jesus Christ, because our whole foundation, our whole ministry is based on the love of Jesus Christ. And once they learn that Jesus loves them unconditionally, they'll learn to love themselves and won't go back to using methamphetamine again. We've talked to so many people, and they tell us that's the only way they can stay clean.
How many to start off?
We'll see how many we start off with. We can hold up to 8 right now, but like I said, we've got 12.7 acres, and when the bucks start rolling in, we can build more and take care of more.